speaker, which we have already heard it in the morning session, author, coach, and consultant, whose lifelong goal is to transform our schools and the systems that support them into environments that embrace the joy of learning with the recognition of self-worth. She is author of The Heart of Education, Bringing Joy, Meaning, and Purpose Back to Teaching and Learning. So now, I'll not take much time. Over to Dara for her address.
How teachers feel first period and how they feel seventh or fourth period. Very right. And maybe how students feel first period and at the end of the day. That moment when it hits you, did I take attendance today? Maybe for our youth, did I do my homework today? Or did I bring it in? We just came in from recess and now you asked to go to the bathroom? Does that happen in India too? Oh, it's universal. The bell doesn't dismiss you. I dismiss you. All right, that's a little control, but maybe by the end of the workshop, our students will be responsible and they'll know when it's time to leave. Welcome, sir. And then finally, Lord, give me the strength to hold on until spring break or March 10th, right? Is that when your break is soon? May 10th. Oh, yes, please.
I'll get it.
We can do, everyone will be helpful, so please take, actually, yeah, you will, but our youth is just so excited to be of service, and I would not want to deprive anyone from serving. So thank you for your helpfulness. So what's being passed out right now is, as you know, the Virtues Project was honored by the United Nations. It's endorsed by the Dalai Lama. And the first book of the Virtues Project is called The Family Virtues Guide. Have you all heard of Oprah Winfrey? Do you know who Oprah is? Okay. So Oprah said of the Family Virtues Guide that it's the instruction manual that our kids didn't come with. You're getting the Cliff Notes, the abbreviated short version, right? You're getting all 5 strategies in this packet. We're not going to hit all of them in depth. I'll just touch on them slightly. I'm wondering if what would be most helpful for you is if we focus on the language, perhaps. Do you think, or do you want all 5 strategies super fast? I'm sorry? There's not enough. Okay, so thank you for your helpfulness. I wonder if they're bringing more. Perhaps you all could be kind and generous and share. Yes, sharing is caring. Thank you for displaying your virtues. All right, beautiful. So I'm going to make you 3 promises. The first promise is I'm going to teach you a new language. The second promise is I'm going to share with you 5 strategies for transforming the world. And the third promise is we'll do a little bit of magic. So you've already received the first invitation. You're here. I'm going to give you a second invitation, and that one is for you to put your own oxygen mask on first. We've already talked about academic rigor and testing and that commitment to excellence and competition. It's not just for youth, it's for adults too. Is that true? Yes. So here we're just going to experience being. And I just invite you to take some mindful moments, some nice, deep, relaxing breaths, and think about a strength that you bring. One of the virtues, the qualities of character that you have, that you know that you can rely on, and as Jeff taught us, maybe it could be out of balance sometimes and get you in trouble. So for me, I always have my enthusiasm. Sometimes I can really be a pain and overbearing in my enthusiasm, and I need to balance it. What I'd like for you to do right now is to look at the list. I believe the short list is on page 3 probably, and the longer list is on page 4. You have all of these virtues in you and potential, as you know. Choose one that is very, very strong. And when you have that virtue, I'd like to invite you to turn your squares into gems. I'll just give you a second to look at the list. Oh, thank you. That's great, baby. I appreciate your help. Good, thank you. Oh, in this country, too, I see what you're doing. You're looking in that list and you're going, nope, nope, it's not strong. I can do better, right? You're looking at those virtues. Yeah. And we have such high standards for ourselves. I want you to be not so humble, but find one that's strong in you. Does everybody have at least one? Yes, you do. First of all, you're committed. You're here at this conference, right? You're passionate about education. And if you don't choose one, I'll just give you one. You're noble. You are noble because that is how you were created, I was created, and we were all created. So now, watch. Here's our first magic trick. And I learned this from the Japanese because they're really good at origami. I'd like you to take your square. Do you need one, sir? I'd like you to take your square and turn it 45 degrees so that it's now a diamond or a rhombus. And you're welcome so much. So now, just fold the tip down halfway so that when you turn it around, you have a gem. Would you like me to do that again? So you're just going to fold it to the middle point, and when you turn it around, you have a gem. Jeff talked about the gem. I talked about the gem. We have the quote, regard man as a mine rich in gems of what kind of value? Inestimable value, right? Look at all these sparkling gems I'm looking at right now. So what I'd like for you to do is just write your name and your strength virtue on your gem tag. Please do that now. Your name and your strength virtue. Just one. Or you could write more than one if you wish. I heard that, honey. Honesty. Does that make sense? Yes. All right, so now I'm seeing all of these gems, and we are ready to officially start our workshop. I have a question for you. Do you believe that language can inspire or discourage? Yes. We've all been on all sides of that, haven't we? How many of you all were in the workshop with Dave and me a couple of days ago? Just one. Okay, so we're going to ask for your patience. So I want to show you really about the power of language. And I think because of time, that's what we're going to focus on. I'm going to show you some slides in a second and see if you can figure out what this material is. So have a look. Has anybody ever seen those before? No? Any guesses? What does the one on the left look like? It looks like snowflakes, absolutely. How about the one on the right? Mud. Yeah, it looks like mud. Sometimes students will say it looks like throw up. If you're really hungry, it could look like a chocolate bar. Coffee, right? So good discernment. I see you are really discerning. They're actually water crystals. And there was a Japanese water researcher by the name of Dr. Emoto. And what he did was he put labels on water bottles. And he froze the water and he looked at them through a special microscope. And what he found was, depending on whether it was positive or negative words, the water crystallized differently. So look at the one on the left. What do you think, positive or negative? Yes, it was love and gratitude. How about the one on the right? Negative, yes. You make me sick. Well, you don't make me sick. That's what was put on there. Okay? Now, you might be a little bit skeptical right now. If this could do it to water crystals, what are we primarily made up of? Water. And the world is primarily made up of water. And so I want to demonstrate to you using applied kinesiology and muscle testing, someone who's never experienced this before, how words impact us. Because that's really going to be the focus of our time together. Because I think the first strategy, if we can just change our language, change the language in our own heads and how we speak to one another, that's all we really need to know, right? That gets to the heart of the matter. So, I need a courageous volunteer who will allow me to manipulate your body in public. I'm going to ask you to put your arm up, and with 2 fingers, how many fingers? 2, I'm going to push down. And I'm going to ask you to repeat words or phrases. And your arm will go down sometimes, right? And sometimes it will stay strong. But first, I'm going to need you to tell me untruth and then tell me the truth. So I might just say, what color is this? Pink. Pretend, lie to me. Blue. Now what color is it truthfully? Pink. Perfect. That way I'll know if your strength or my strength is stronger. So, a courageous volunteer to allow me to manipulate your body in public. Thank you for your enthusiasm. You don't have any shoulder or neck issues, do you? Okay, this is not a Carol Dweck moment, teachers. Don't worry, it's not a not yet, right? So come on over here. If the camera's on, I want to make sure we get this on film. All right, so put your arms straight out to the right, but look forward, sweetie, because I don't want you to hurt your neck. Actually, let me just tell you, relax for a minute. Something is going to happen. It's going to be strange. Your arm's going to go down, and you're going to want to go, what? Don't do that, because I don't want to hurt your neck, okay? All right, so put your arms straight out. Don't let me push down. Be really strong. Keep it up. Keep it up, up, up. Really, really strong. Okay, lie to me this time. Don't let me push down. Lie to me. What's your name? Keep your arm. Okay, good. So, relax for a minute. Relax. Relax. Put it down. Okay. So your arm went down when you told the lie. Now put your arm back up. Be really strong. Don't let me push down. Tell me the truth this time. What's your name?
Arun.
Okay, relax. Put your arm down. What did you notice?
My hand went down easily when I lied.
And what happened when you were telling the truth?
My hand kept resisting a push.
Yeah, it was much stronger. And so stay there, relax. I did the same thing in Kenya a couple of years ago. They asked me to go down to help them end corruption. And I was really like, no, because I am a white woman from the United States. I was not part of the culture, and I didn't want to perpetuate colonialism. So for a year, I struggled, and then I ended up going. And the police officer that you see in there That's part of the problem, right? With the corruption is the law enforcement is not very trustworthy. There's a lot of corruption there. They did not really want to be in my little workshop. And when his arm went down because of the lie, he turned around to me and said, it's the lies that are weakening the fabric of our society. And I was like, okay, I got this. Let the work do the work. So here's the first piece. When we say to ourselves that we are useless and we are worthless and we are stupid or whatever else we tell ourselves, that is a lie. Because we are what? Noble. We are what? Noble. Okay? So now, I had him try out corruption versus integrity. And what do you think stayed strong? Integrity. Yes, but we'll use a school example. How about that? All right? So put your arm up. Look forward. Don't let me push down. And I want you to just say, repeat exactly what I say, okay? Say, stop being so lazy.
Stop being so lazy.
Did you try to keep your arm up?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Put your arm back up. All right, go ahead. Please look forward. And I want you to keep your arm really strong, and I want you to say, please be purposeful.
Please be purposeful.
Okay, relax. Put your arm down. Well, see? You turned. So what just what just happened?
I don't know.
Let's clap for this.
Yeah, let's clap for you. All right. So here is what happened. You may actually round of applause for our courageous volunteer. Thank you, sir, for your helpful service. So let's take a look. Everything is energy, isn't it? Right? Have you heard of Dr. David Hawkins?
Yes.
Not Stephen Hawking, David Hawkins. Okay, right? A lot of people, I understand, right? So Dr. David Hawkins was a psychiatrist, and he calibrated everything energetically. Everything is energy. So the lowest form of vibration, it's kind of hard to see here, is shame. When we're coming from a place of shame or when we're shaming somebody, it takes the wind out of our sails, it removes our energy. Courage is actually neutral because although it's a virtue, it means being afraid but doing it anyways. And then all of the other virtues actually empower, they give power. So you're stupid, no, what I say, you're lazy? Stop being so lazy versus please be purposeful, right? The first, it's really saying the same thing, but just differently, right? So when we can invite people to virtues, that's going to help them to strengthen their own character. It's going to help us, and it's going to pretty much shift the world, right? Does that make sense? So I'm going to ask you to cross your arms for a minute. Y'all are so cooperative. Look up there, and uh-oh, we just lost. No, there it is. Here, I'll take this. Good, good, good. Thank you.
What did you do to my sign?
I wrote the same, but in different words.
Thanks, love.